Tawya.
All right, and so we have Tawya Roberts in the building. This is the Mansa Musa Report, where we talk about these things. Even the history of finances when it comes to us. Black Wall Street was the most illustrious community of businesses built by black people, for black people, by us, and intentionally smashed.
Yeah.
You know, that will piss you off
times.
That'll make you mad every time you think about it. And so, like, you know, so how are we building now? How are we building now? How are we becoming literate, at least, you know, to what's going on in the world of finance for our own personal selves, for our families? How are we educating ourselves, or having somebody in the camp that no. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so, sisters like this one, let them know what you do.
Hey, thank you guys so much for allowing me to be on. Can y'all hear me okay?
Yes.
I'm really grateful for being on the station for progressive information. I think it's an amazing time to be here, thinking of what you guys do, thinking of your vision and your goal, and what you were saying, sis, you know, what are we going to do now, you know, about where we are moving forward. And so me thinking about us moving forward, onward, progression, I think we've made headway in many areas, but there are a couple of areas I would like to look at within our finances. And so I heard you guys had a really amazing financial advisor in earlier, you know, giving out amazing knowledge, but I think we need to go back to the basics. And before we start looking at other avenues as relates to building our financial house, we have to look at just the basics, the bottom. And I would like to call that life insurance. September is national, well, let me not say this. September is Life Insurance Awareness Month. And that's not something that we've coined. That was coined by a company called, well, I can't call them a company.
Organization.
Yeah, nonprofit organization called Life Happens. And so their goal was to remind people of the need to include life insurance in their financial plans. And so that's kind of what I want to talk about, basically. So what I do is I help families gain financial peace of mind. And I have a little formula for that by increasing their income, lowering their expenses, accumulating wealth, and helping them protect their legacy in case something happens. That's it. So we educate families and we help them make informed decisions.
Oh,
That's what we do.
now what is the disparity rate with black families and life insurance? Is it something that black families need to know more of and adopt more frequently?
I would say yes. I've read several statistics that said blacks have more life insurance than whites, yet the income where whites sit financially, they're sitting at $190,000 worth of assets, liquid assets, where blacks are scratching at 19,000. Yet,
But how do you?
When you say that, how is that per what? Then when you give those numbers.
yeah, those numbers, I got some of those numbers from inequality.org. Y'all can look that up. There was another company, let's see.
And so when you say whites are at 190,000 per liquid asset, how are you proportioning that amount? You know, is that per family, on average, or what?
Yeah, that's on average.
Per family.
Yes.
Okay.
Per family.
And you said melanin dominant, African descended, whatever you want to call us today, black.
Right. To answer Blue Pill's,
Olive.
to answer his
Brown
question,
sugar.
some would say we need to hear or have the conversation about life insurance. And then some places you go and read will say, well, we have more life insurance than whites, Hispanics, and things of that nature. So they're divergent views on that. Now, let me just say, as it relates to what I encounter when I'm out in the streets, I see that we don't have life insurance. I see that we're underprotected. And I see that many of us are passing down cycles of poverty instead of generational wealth. That's what I see. So, like I said, I've read both sides. Oh, black people need more life insurance. And then I've also read, oh, well, black people have more life insurance than whites.
Why do we need life insurance?
Well, I would say the first thing, if you look at what life insurance is geared to do, and it's to protect the breadwinner's income in case he or she dies. What we do know is sometimes many of us are in single households. And so if the breadwinner dies, then where does that leave the family?
And when should you start that?
As soon as possible, right now. I would say right now, even in two-income family households, if one person were to pass away, the family would not only just be in emotional turmoil, but they'll be in financial turmoil.
Facts.
And so that's why we need life insurance. Life insurance is a way to create an immediate estate.
Right. I mean, can you, like, for somebody that's out here listening to this conversation, can you, because you said you want to make it basic, can you lay out to them what exactly life insurance provides in terms of the protection of assets and incomes, and, you know what I'm saying, like, how does life insurance exactly work?
Gotcha. Life insurance provides financial protection for the surviving dependents of the breadwinner or just the loved ones. Did that make sense?
Say that one more time. One more again.
Okay. Life insurance provides protection, financial protection for their surviving dependents of the deceased loved.
So that's what it does. What I'm saying is, how does it do that? You know what I'm saying?
Because it leaves you money.
Yeah, right. You create a policy, correct?
Right.
Or you take out a policy. So someone is putting money into monthly this particular policy with the understanding that it's going to pay out after a certain, if a person lives past a certain age, correct?
If they pass away while the life insurance is currently enforced.
Enforced, right.
Does that make sense?
It does.
I know something I found very interesting, and is, like, we're forced to pay, like, car
automobile insurance.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's mandatory. If you got a car, then you must have, you know what I'm saying? Then we have a health insurance. You know what I'm saying? They try to make that mandatory, but it's like you might not get sick and you might not get in a car accident, but you're gonna die.
You're gonna die.
You're gonna die
Oh,
one day.
It's inevitable.
So
right.
Why not? I'm just looking at, like, the structure of our society, how we process this information. You see what I mean? Like, what's important to us? It's important that if you crash into somebody, that you can pay for their car. You mean? But if you die in that car accident, then it's like you're stuck. Your family's stuck. We got to figure out how we gonna bury you. We got to put up a GoFundMe and call Uncle so and so and see if he, and he's the richest one in the family, but he ain't coming off that door to bury nobody.
Right. We're gonna have to have cash mobs.
He got an insurance policy, but it's funeral. Right,
Exactly.
cash mob just show up at the funeral.
Because
And I don't want to be funny. I'm just saying.
Just make it rain at the funeral.
the loan on the vehicle is paid off with the automobile insurance. So, we've been conditioned to place more value on things. We have the latest iPhones.
Insurance on that too.
Yeah.
Insurance on that too.
On that, in case something happens
That's
to your
right.
phone, you can replace it.
You can put insurance on a pizza now.
I seen that commercial. But look, I think insurance sometimes is the biggest scam in the world. You got to get with the right people with insurance,
do.
Because, some of these insurance companies used to insure slaves. And they're starting to come out with that and ask for reparations for their families and things
Absolutely.
like that. Yeah, I thought that was so interesting how they dated that back and traced it. And so a lot of people talk about these whole life insurance policies. Talk about
Can you
that.
explain the different types of insurance policies?
Yeah, absolutely. A whole life policy is geared to offer you life insurance and a savings component wrapped in one. So it generally costs more than term life insurance. Term life insurance is geared to cover you to a specific term, basically. And so it's less expensive. So what most financial advisors would advise families to do is to get a term life insurance. You can remember, I can't call names, but you can remember some of the financial advisors. Buy term and invest the difference, and that's what many of them taught. Because term is less expensive. And so the money that you would be paying in a whole life policy, sometimes called cash value policy, you could be investing that money and get a decent rate of return on
Really?
your investments. That's correct.
With an insurance company?
No.
So-
With investments.
But does like the company you work for, do you also
Work with.
do you also take a part of that money and invest it? Is there an investment type portfolio that you could set up through getting life insurance?
What our company does, our company helps families increase their income, lower their expenses, accumulate wealth, and protect their legacy in case something happens. We have awesome financial experts, people that handle our investments, that help families sit down and look at where they are and where they want to be, set up a plan for that family, and help them build their financial house, starting with life insurance and then investments.
Because even for a company, an insurance company, to be able to pay off someone once their policy, someone cashes in their policy, it's like there has to be, like a backing behind that. Like, if I'm giving you my money for my life insurance, where's this money going? Are y'all taking my money and investing that money into something, but I can't know what that is, so y'all making a profit off of my money and just giving me the pennies? How does this work?
Yeah, I think that would be a good question. You should ask your financial advisor, the person you sit down with. We have open disclosures, period, so you know where your money is going. So I think anyone who sit down with a financial advisor, life insurance agent, should ask, hey, where's my money going? And I think another good thing we should probably ask, we should ask banks, hey, why are you giving me 0.00000 something percent? Where's my money going? Particularly for people who are afraid to invest.
Well, we know what the bank's gonna say. They paying back their loan, so they gotta pay back the Fed. So that's how that go. We know that story. All right. Any other?
Now, can you tell us what annuities are about?
Annuities are guaranteed, or they're geared to pay you for the rest of your life. Annuities, I think, are a really great way to go, particularly for people who worked all their lives and they've saved a bunch of money and 401k plans and things of that nature. And so now you're leaving this company, you don't know where to go, you got $100,000, $200,000, you're like, oh my goodness, what am I going to do with all this money? It wouldn't be a smart idea to put it inside a bank. So
Right.
The best thing to do would be to put it inside a fixed index annuity that's guaranteed to pay you for life.
Like, it's my money and I want it now.
And I would love to, one of the main things I want to encourage listeners today is to really have an open discussion about protecting your assets, protecting your income, which is one of your first assets. I would like to encourage listeners to have that conversation with your families. Sit down and talk about what could happen if I die right now. I think that's very important. I have a funny story. My husband, he's recorded his whole eulogy. He just want me to play it.
Right.
See, I know her husband too, so yeah.
That's awesome, though.
I know.
Now,
Like,
That
I did
sound
my
like
own
him.
eulogy.
do we know of any companies? Because I had an idea for something of that nature. Do we have any companies that you know of that really help death planning? You know what I'm saying? Like, I got your will together, got your eulogy. I got the list of, don't let this nigga, don't let him speak in my joint. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I'm not out to just give out a bunch of names because it's like I'm advertising, but I absolutely would love to give my information for anyone to sit down and speak with me. 678-933-9449. I'm Tawya Roberts. We absolutely help families plan and build their financial house. We're very reputable.
Yes.
We are people friendly. Our target market is middle America. And we really, really help Main Street families obtain financial peace of
Okay.
mind.
Well, I got two big questions for you.
Okay.
One is, one, you said something about wealth building. So I want to veggie back off what he says. Is wealth building, does that deal with investment of capital? And two, the fact that, you're talking about your target audience is middle America. What are you guys doing about this oncoming recession? Like, Is that something that you're mindful of? You know, do you guys have to always be mindful of the markets and saying, you know what I'm saying, this is shifting and, you know, there's an open war in middle America? Like, what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I know I don't have to talk to you guys about seasons, cycles, ebbs and flows, right?
Right.
Yeah, there are some things coming, and that's the purpose of planning.
Right.
I believe we should plan on all areas and all facets. And yes, planning is key. I hope I answered your question. The other thing you mentioned was wealth building. Before
Yes.
we can even look at wealth building, we have to look at protecting just a small asset that we have, and that's our income. That's life insurance. And then when you get into wealth building, you want to look at capital, like you said, money. What we know about money is money never gets sick, never get a bad attitude, never gets tired. So I'm talking about investments, yes.
Okay.
All right, so we have 7 minutes left. Mansa Musa Report, Tawya Roberts in the building. Thank you so much. You're very informative. It's
Thanks
so
for
cool.
having
Her
me.
energy is
And
so cool.
Just to once again veggie back off what the brother said, the two things that are guaranteed in life, they say, is death and taxes. You know what I'm saying? But there's no formal education that teaches us about both of the processes that are inevitable
Right.
in our lives. School don't teach you how to deal with taxes. School don't teach you how to prepare for death. You know, is there an educational component that you're thinking of with your services at some point where we could build out institutions to teach? Because I don't meet people who are cognizant of what insurance is and why it's important, especially, you know, our generation.
Yeah.
They think that's something that old folk deal with. So
Absolutely.
how are we going to get this education to the millennials and all of the people with disposable income now that can make a difference?
Hitting the streets. What we're doing right now, bringing awareness.
Mansa Musa Report, we're doing right
Mansa
now.
Musa.
That's
Right.
right.
But it's true, like what he said, like how do we, you know, because in the schools we're not learning how to have our own business. We're not learning about accounting. We're not learning about, you know, like you said, things that is very important to our everyday life and to our future and the generations after us. How do we create some kind of, you know, what is the goals? Do you have any kind of, do you know of anything or anybody who's doing anything like, you know, having sessions to educate like this?
We are, and the key is we have to lead the charge. Like what you guys are doing here. I speak at schools. I speak in hospitals. There are
Right.
so many places we go just to bring awareness. We go to parks, and we have to help each other. We have to help ourselves. We can't depend on anyone to do it for us. We have to lead the charge.
So
That's
that's
it.
there
You
it
said it,
is.
word of mouth. Yeah, we
There
got
it
to do
is.
it.
We're doing it. We're doing it.
Facts.
So give thanks, give thanks. So with that said, share these live videos. Share when I post. Share. Everybody that's on Blue Pills
Share.
Network. Share.
Share.
You know, and you know, just get the information out. You know, and you will also be at the Natural Mystic Fair.
I will.
Yes. Her husband does yoga at the temple on a regular basis, which is upstairs from Tassili's. Big up, brother Atiba.
Atiba,
I
peace,
love
dog.
beautiful
Yes.
families that are just so together doing great things. Like, you know, she's doing the finances and he's into the deep, you know,
Health and
wellness. Health and wealth, you know, together. So give thanks for that. All right. And so let people know where they can find you. They want to sit down with you.
Absolutely. Feel free to give me a call at 678-933-9449. We can go from there. I'll give you my my business website, email address, and things of that nature. I'm really looking forward to making a difference in our community. You will be seeing me because I will not stop until
Right.
there is a significant change within our community.
Can you repeat the number one more time
And
for the
give your
audience?
website.
Sure. 678-933-9449.
Thank
Tawya
you.
Roberts.
And your website?
We
You
can
can-
go from there.
You want to leave? Okay. I'll trust that. Something about to come out. That
They
one
believe they
don't
got-
need to come out. I'm gonna leave that
Somebody
right there.
Right.
All right, we got 3 minutes left. All right, and so Blue Pill, I know you have an event coming up on Sunday at the same place, the
Oh,
I
yes.
Am Ascension Temple
Yeah.
of Love.
I Am Ascension
Going on
Temple.
Sunday.
We will be doing a free workshop. It's a part 2, or it's a continuation of an event that I did in Atlanta on June 30th called The Universe is Conspiring. I brought together a different consortium of metaphysicians, you know, numerologists, astrologists, Kabbalists, different aspects that people are looking for themselves and using different sciences to find that information. So we're going to do a free workshop on Sunday, I believe from the hours of 4 to 7 at the I Am Ascension Temple. And we invite, as many people that could fit in the spot. Please come out.
Yeah, I heard it's complimentary Tassili wraps and everything.
Yeah, we got free wraps.
Don't.
Mystic Fair is next week on Saturday on the 14th. This is Sunday on the 8th.
Yeah. So this is
got
coming
free
up this
crystals,
Sunday. Yeah.
We got free.
Crystals available.
Oh.
Yeah. So crystals available and all of those things. And so that will be on Sunday.
They have availability.
Yes. And so what is that called again? The universe is conspiring.
The universe is conspiring.
I like that. And so the brother, what's the other brother that's on the flyer?
Yeah, that's Ra Cool.
He looks serious. That's all I know on that flyer.
Fellow Scorpio.
Oh yeah.
And shout out to my brother Zeus, who you met, the brother Ben.
Yes.
Well Done Good Sir Productions, along with Know the Ledge. We are putting on, once again, an opportunity to give back to the city of Atlanta for all of the fabulousness that exists here, the dopeness, and, wanting to just showcase that to the world.
Well, I'm so grateful you've been coming back and forth. I know you're a New Yorkian. New
Yorkian, yes.
And you've been in Atlanta a lot and doing a lot of work here. So
I love Atlanta.
Yeah. And those who don't know Blue Pill, him and his brother Red Pill, they're kind of raised by Dr. Sabi, Mama Pill, and yes. Great energy there with the whole family, and a really big following over the years on YouTube with the metaphysical work that they do. And so he's also going to be co-hosting with me at the Natural Mystic Fair. Yeah.
Yes.
With my bell.
Yes. So September 14th.
That's going to be next Saturday.
Yes. Let's get the hours for that so the family
It's going to be 12 to 7. That's going to be
12 to 7. Mm-hmm. All right. Return of the Gods and the Goddesses. The theme, Ancient Healing Arts and Sciences for the New Age.
That's right.
Okay. So please, family, come out September 14th to Tassili's Royal Reality in the backyard.
Yeah, right? You know how we do it in the backyard, right?
We get it in.
All right, you are listening to WRFG Atlanta. We have to make way for the Progressive News Hour at this time. Yeah, time ran out. I see you looking at that clock. Yeah, you were looking at that clock when you was talking. No, I'm just playing.
Hey, time is what time does. We love everybody.
Yeah, so give thanks. DJ Heat on the ones and twos. Beats for your mixtape at he's on at Beats for your mixtape on Instagram. Right? I got it. Beats for your mixtape. That's how it's spelled, just like that. Because he's a producer as well. You can find me, Sharice Nicole, on everything. SHERIESE _Nicole on Instagram and on everything. ShariceNicole.com. Blue Pill, where can people find you?
At Blue Pillar 44, PILLAR at Blue Pillar 44. That's on IG. For the most part.
DrVeganInc.com.
Studio Stephanie, that's STUDIOSTEFFANIE, your wealth and wellness coach.
All right, we got Studio Stephanie in the building. Thank you so much for your service and support. And this is what we do right here on INR Radio. Until next time, peace and love.
All right,